peace, and love. Welcome. Welcome to Late Night Bedtime Stories, courtesy of the Art of Floundering podcast. It's Spanky's Puppets and Comics. We're pretty excited because we're streaming on Rumble tonight as well. Hey, Rumble. This is Will Dick with the Art of Floundering. I want to wish you peace and love and let you know this is going to be a little bit different than the puppets, man. We're gonna like trip out, man, because I'm tired and I just figured it would be interesting to like do bedtime stories, man. So we'll start with the story of Biff. Are you ready? Okay. Once upon a time in a land of make believe, there was a guy named Biff. Hi, everybody. My name's Biff. And you know what I'm going to do? What's that, Biff? I'm going to beat expectations. I'm going to be a go getter, play by the rules, do the right thing. Gee whiz, Biff. That sounds like a tremendous life plan. And you know what? He did it, man. Biff did it. And then when he was a day away from retirement, from all those years of doing the right thing, the company Biff worked for got bought out and the pension plan was liquidated to the shareholders. And Biff was kicked to the curb without a pension and died alone, penniless, and miserable. The end. Okay. Let's do another one. You know, there was this time when I'm not gonna go there, but I'm gonna go. Hang on. Here's what's happening. I had something that I thought would be comfortable, and I've now realized. Now here we go. We're good. Now we're in the zone. All right, so we're just gonna talk, man. We're gonna talk it out, right? So I'm sitting here and I'm gonna give you my thoughts, man. I'm wondering if, like, I don't know, it's hard to explain, but it feels like there's a lack of give a shit. And maybe that's a function of where I'm at, man. Maybe because I don't give a shit, I'm assuming that everybody should give a shit. I'm not making any sense, man. So I'm thinking, and I'm realizing that this was probably a really stupid idea. But let's do some more. Okay. Realistic. You know, the realistic fucking stories, that's no fun. Let's do fun stories. Okay, this is the story of Ken and Barbie, dude. All right. Ken and Barbie updated for realism. Once upon a time in a not so make world of make believe, there was a hottie named Barbie. Hi, Instagram. My name's Barbie, and I'm here to tell you if you want to be like me, then you will do the right thing and embrace chastity and a 420 free lifestyle, said Barbie. And Barbie had a really swell boyfriend, Ken. Hi, everybody. My name's Ken. A lot of people think I'm whipped and I dress like a fool. But what can I say? If it's what Barbie wants, I'll do it. After all, she's the gal for me, said Ken. One day, Ken was playing basketball with some of the other fellas, and the subject started talking the sexy time. Hey, man, last night I was with Mary Joe, said Billy Bob, and I was able to get some of my smoothie finger going on. That's nothing, said Jimmy. I grinded on Mary's smoothie last night. What about you, Ken? What kind of smoothie action is Barbie throwing your way? Jeepers, said Ken. I've never had a smoothie before. I feel awkward, like I'm not like one of the fellas. And they already started laughing at him. What are you, some kind of little kid? All the cool kids fucking get it on with their girlfriends, man, and rub their smoothie. They rub their smoothies together, Ken. And Ken's like, fuck, I've never done that. Barbie's not that kind of girl. Well, gee whiz, then what are you doing with her? So then Ken got to thinking, man. So here's Ken's conversation with Barbie. It goes a little something like this. You know, Kenneth, said Barbie, lately you've been a little distant. I've noticed that your colors haven't been as coordinated as I would like to see them in the outfits that you're wearing, said Barbie to Ken. Ken said, gee whiz, Barbie, you know, I was going to have a rational discussion with you, but it seems like you're just a superficial bitch that just cares about whether or not my hair's frosted and I'm wearing these ridiculous fucking outfits and going on these fucking expensive fucking whirlwind trips all the time. Townhouse, your fucking car, your fucking ski trips, the Barbie surf trips, the Barbie this, the Barbie that. And I put up with it, Barbie, and I put up with all the ball busting. And at the end of the day, I got no smoothie action. And if you're not going to give me any of that sweet smoothie, I'm going to get to stepping, said Ken to Barbie. Hang on. Puff, Puff, what's up? And Barbie was like, and fuck you, Ken, you fucking bastard. Go smoke. Go, go find some smoothie whore. And Ken and Barbie broke up, dude. And while I'd like to tell you that was the end of the story, it got even worse, dude. I could tell you about the pot addiction, but that's played out. I can tell you about the OnlyFans. That's played out. But it got dark, dude. It got real dark for Ken and Barbie. Sure, they went their own separate ways, but in a strange way, they were on the same path, the path of the narcotic, the pot abuse, and deviant sexual behavior. And see, just like Ken and Barbie, the pot addict out on the street thinks, especially when they're in the midst of the trip, hey, I got an idea. I'll do whatever I want because Ken and Barbie are potaholics. Why can't I be one too? Right? So I guess if Ken and Barbie jumped off a bridge, you would decide to do that too. But enough of fucking logic, because one of the things I've learned with dealing, see, I'm on the streets of, I mean, I'm not here talking jive, man, about this fucking scourge. I'm on the streets, man. I'm part of the solution. I'm like sick of my communities being inundated, dude, with this filth. And it all root cause, the pot. That's it, brother. And you eradicate that and deport the pot junkies. You heard me right. Eradicate the pot and deport all the pot junkies. Because I believe that here in America, our forefathers didn't envision a country of potaholic heathens. And so if that's what you are, you're not what the forefathers envisioned. Therefore, regardless of where you think you were born, you're not American. Okay. So you're gone, dude. And that's the way it's got to be, dude. And look, I'm saying it because I'm not afraid to say it. Everybody knows it's the truth. It's why I'm running for fucking Congress, dude. Anti 420 ticket. What's your stance on military spending? Don't care. What about equal rights? I'm not here for that. What about the economy? Fuck the economy. I'm here to fucking enact some fucking legislation that actually has some teeth in it to clean this fucking country up from pot users. And replace these fucking sinful dispensaries of this narcotic, filthy, the pot, with chapels and other houses of worship. Hallelujah. Because it come to pass in this dispensation that the pot is yesterday's news. No kill therapy. Your brain is damaged because you're on pot. Lewis Cook, I understand your disease, therefore I'll let it slide. You can't help the fact that you have potaholism. You were born diseased. You know what else, man? In Ezekiel, a fucking chick was attracted to a fucking guy with a genital the size of donkeys, man. Do we want to get into a scripture war here? Is that what this is? It come to pass that you're a pot junkie. And the Lord said you're a pot junkie, and he banished you from the kingdom of America. If you support the pot junkie, then you are a pot junkie. Do you get it? I'm not just talking about getting rid of the people that use the pot. I'm talking about getting rid of the people that want to support the people that use the pot. They're the problem too. They're the problem too. Pot users, people that support them, and people that are indifferent. See ya. ICE is coming for you, dude. Mice. Marijuana Indoctrination Compliance and Enforcement, dog. You haven't heard of them, but They're out there. And they're not fucking around, dude. They're as sick of the bullshit as I am, and I know all of you all agree with me. You couldn't agree with me anymore. You're like, right on, brother. This is finally, I found it. A place on YouTube that's speaking truth, man. The kind of truth that I want to hear. I'm sick of this fucking rampant AI bullshit that I'm seeing on YouTube. Welcome to another video. And then they said, and then, hey, I got an idea. I'm going to have AI make a song. And then I'm going to copyright that song because I am a no talent douchebag. But it's a hustle. So, play on player with your crypto fucking vibe, man. Let's get back to what we're talking about, man. Too many fucking. I'm going to say it. You ready? Get ready. Too many soy boy potheads out there, man. Beta boys. Hey, beta boy. Hey, beta. Hey, soy boy. You enjoying that pot narcotic, huh? Beta? Why don't you alpha up, man? Get on a testosterone regimen, man. Start bulking up, dude. Nah, you know better, right? You know what? Instead of being a real alpha, I'm going to quit on myself and my gender and be a beta soy boy and spend my life caring and doing the pot. Fucking ridiculous, man. It's like, come on. Get your shit together. You know? It's a guy, every time I come home from my job, it's a guy in the corner of the street. He wears a straw hat. He's got a sign that says, "Be happy." I'm like, what the fuck is this guy's angle, man? I mean, let's be honest. He's up to something. You know it. I know it. Be happy. Fuck you. How's that? Fuck you, man. How can I be happy when I got to drive by dispensaries? How that's supposed to make me happy? Is somehow I've just got done being inundated, man, with a virtual cornucopia of fucking dispensaries. And now, as I exit to go to my fucking 420 free safe space, I got to see this guy with a fucking sign. Be happy. And his dipshit fucking look on his face, man, with his cult smile and his straw hat. And I'm like, what is your fucking angle, man? And then I realized something. He's a pothead. He doesn't realize where he's at. He's in the middle of a marijuana trip and he's hallucinating. Maybe instead of judging him and worrying about what his angle is, I should have a little bit of compassion. Because while he is a degenerate user and abuser of the narcotic of the pot, it's out of his control because he was born a diseased degenerate with the disease of potaholism. And unfortunately, you can't cure that disease. There's no cure for it. You can manage it. A lot of people try to manage it on their own, but they relapse. And when they relapse, man, you're going to die. You start tripping out on this narcotic, it plays for keeps, dude. Over 8 billion people died last year in the United States alone from pot overdose. Look it up. What's your source? Look it up, dude. It's on the internet. It's true. 8 billion USA Dead. Pot OD. Flatline. I'm doing too much of the pot. Hey, this is really cool. Oh, it is? Well, I'll see you at the resurrection, junkie. Hey, wait a minute. Wait a minute. All of a sudden, things are getting all trippy. Well, that's the first sign, man. I see the light. Go to the light because you are fucking going. You're gone. Flatline of the spectrum, dude. You're in purgatory with all the other fucking potheads. Hey, man, where's this? Is this hell? No, it's worse than hell, dude. It's worse than hell. Because you're going to be surrounded by potheads in the pot for eternity. That's what you get. That's what you get, junkie. Think about it. Does that sound like paradise to you, man? You know, spending your life fucking slacking around. Oh, I think I'm just going to fucking pack a bowl. Trip out on that shit. That's really cool. I got the munchies because I'm a fucking pothead. Whoops. Looks like I'm dying from it. I'm one of those 8 billion that flatlined from pot ODs. Bum. Sorry, John Doe's dead. Oh well, just another pot junkie. Now I'm on the other side. Finally, heaven. I can't wait. Wait a minute. There's nothing but people smoking the pot. That's right. You're in pothead hell, dude. And that's, hold on. That's the pot dimension. I didn't realize you are, Lewis. It is, man. Now look. People go. Kind of explain something just in case. I recently did a puppet show in which Satan came out and lectured the audience about the dangers of the pot. Someone in chat pointed out that Satan would never lecture about the pot and that Satan was saying things about the pot that weren't accurate. This person was enraged. I was thankful that some others in the chat, mentioned that it was satire. So hopefully, anyway, let's move on, junkies. So this is what happens, man. I'm going to give you the cycle. Person's a upstanding human being. Let's take Dirk Diggler, for example, man. Gee golly gosh, my name's Dirk Diggler. That's Dirk, man. A real go-getter. And Dirk had a future, dude. He was on his way to middle management. And he deserved it, dude. He was able to drill down into the data and find ways to create efficiencies in the organization, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like fucking excellent. Like this one time, he was like, golly gosh. He ran a regression analysis, man. And he found out with a 99% confidence level that they could not only lay off fucking 20,000 people, but fuck it, why not do 40,000? Because the economic impact would be beneficial to the shareholders. And Dirk Diggler knew that the most important function of any business is to keep the shareholders happy. So that was the kind of guy he was, man. And all of a sudden, he went on a business trip, dude. And there were people in the hotel breaking the rules and blowing grass outside by the pool. Sign clearly said no smoking, but the pot junkie goes, "Oh, that doesn't apply to me because I'm a pothead. And once I'm on this narcotic, I can't think rationally, and I'll know that, I can do what I want." So the pot junkie was smoking pot, dude. And the smell of the narcotic wafted over to Dirk Diggler's nose, dude. And it started hitting his brain, that narcotic, and he got that rush. And he was like, wow, this is the greatest feeling ever. I've got to chase this dragon, man. And then instead of being in middle management, he had to start doing scat porn videos on OnlyFans in order to fund his marijuana habit, man. There's not a lot of market for middle-aged dude for an OnlyFans, man. And he's like, I can't make it in middle management. And I think porn's where it's at, but I don't think people are craving to see a bald middle-aged guy with hair on his back. Maybe there might be a genre for that, but I need to look at the marketplace and find my niche. And so what he did was he saw a virgin market in the porn industry. And let me give you some business advice. Dirk looked in the porn industry and he goes, well, gosh, there's babysitter porn, there's librarian porn, there's, all kinds of different genres, man. But he found a virgin market, the scat porn. You don't see it. Not because there's not an audience. It's because there hasn't been a visionary that's been willing to penetrate that virgin market. But Dirk said, I'm going to penetrate that virgin market. So he's got on OnlyFans, first couple scat short videos, to try to generate interest. Hey, this one's for free, kind of a marketing thing. Give them a little taste of the scat. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to shoot the whole load, so to speak, man. Drop the load in this sense. So Dirk was throwing out a little taste, like, hey, man, at Scatman. It's his handle, at Scatman. And you OnlyFans, at Scatman. Picture Dirk, dude. He's laying on a plastic sheet, dude. There's nothing but butt cheeks all around him. And then there's in bold text, pay here to see what's next. Okay? And so he's penetrating the market, dude. He's penetrating that virgin market. And instead of pulling out, because it's a tough market to penetrate, dude. I mean, there's a lot of virgin markets out there one could penetrate. But I would dare to say that if you're going to penetrate a virgin market, perhaps you should penetrate a few virgin markets and get some experience in penetrating virgin markets before you decide to go penetrate something like the scat porn market as your first virgin market to penetrate, right? Because Dirk ran into a lot of lessons learned. Like, okay, this doesn't work. Okay, TikTok is, they frown on scat porn on TikTok. Okay, so Rumble's okay with it. So I'll start a Rumble campaign. Hey, man, make America scat again. That kind of thing, dude. And so he's keeping it in there. Is what I'm trying to say. He's not gonna pull out, dude. He's not gonna pull out of the scat porn market, dude. He's gonna keep it in there. He penetrated that virgin market, and he's gonna keep it in there until the job's done, dude. He's gonna make history. It's a pretty incredible story when you think about it. Guy could have been middle management, got strung out on pot, but yet found redemption doing scat porn videos on OnlyFans, man. What do you think about that story arc? Let's go through it again. It's kind of like a riches to rags, back to riches story, right? The fall from grace, man. From being a respected member of the team in a board meeting that could do PowerPoint demonstrations and fucking wonderful things with spreadsheets, man. Right? And fucking pontificate in buzzword with the best of them. And then, due to an unfortunate business trip, accidentally got a contact high from the junkie smoking pot at the pool. Next thing you know, 12 hours later, he's snorting lines of the pot off of adult dancers at a nightclub, dude. Going, woo, I can't get enough of this. Shove it up my butt, whatever it takes. I got to get more high from this narcotic. So he struggled with that, man. But thanks to perseverance and resilience, he was able to penetrate the scat porn market, dude, and rebrand himself a respectable member of society. That could be you. Instead of Googling scat porn right now, you could be putting down that marijuana delivery device and say, I'm done talking about it. I'm going to take action. Jimmy, did you look for a job today? You know something, Ma? I did. I did. I did look for a job, but not only did that, I started the job. I'm already working it. That's great, Jimmy. Yeah, that's what happens when I put down the pot, Ma. You're going to be real proud of me. Think about that. Would you want to see the pride on your mother's eyes when you tell her that you're off the pot? And if she wants any evidence of that, she could see it on Pornhub, man, on your scat porn videos. You're not going to charge your mom a fee. You love her. It's Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day, Ma. Look, he's your little boy. Scatfest 26. How did I go down this fucking path, man? I've been trying to find a segue out of this fucking path, and I keep going deeper and darker into this disgusting fucking topic. That's why it's time to get vulnerable and authentic, man. It's a long time ago. Not proud of it, man, but it was a time in my life when I made questionable decisions. And I'll never forget, I was in Twin Falls, Idaho, and I had woke up, man, from partying the night before, blacked out. I go, man, am I fucking hungry? And I get in my car and I'm driving. I'm like, man, all the fucking restaurants are closed. Maybe it's early. So I pull into this fucking convenience store and I mentioned to the dude, hey, what the fuck, you know? And the guy goes, well, it's because it's Thanksgiving. And I'm like, wow, man. I partied so hard that I forgot today was Thanksgiving. And so I grabbed a blimpie sandwich and I'm sitting out there, you know, in the driveway on the curb, assessing my life. How did I get to this place, man? I, I'm so into partying that I forgot it was Thanksgiving. And it was a dark time, man. And I was like, is this what I want my life to be? Sitting in a parking lot eating a blimpie sandwich on Thanksgiving, wondering what day of the week it is. Or is there something better, something more meaningful? But how was I going to get from A to B? I was so paralyzed with things. It was like weighed down, like a load, you know, and I felt paralyzed by this load. And it was weird. It was right then I had clarity. He's been there the whole time. He. He's always been there. And he's been there in my darkest times, practically begging to take my load. And I've been so trapped in my own stuff that I failed to see his love that he had for me, man. So it was at that moment, man, that I decided I had enough. I've got to drop this load, dude. Right? I got to drop this load. And I can't do it alone. And it's too much for anybody I know who can handle a load like this. And that's what I know he could. He would take my load, for he wants it. And it come to pass that I come upon him and I brought upon my load and I dropped it upon him. And then Satan said, hey, man, I've been waiting a long time for that. And I said, I know, Satan. I'm sorry. It took me a long time to have the strength to come unto you and drop upon my load onto your graciousness for you to take. And Satan said, hey, man, no biggie. I've been waiting for that load a long time. Don't make me wait so long next time. And then Satan said, look, man, I'm not trying to brag, but I can take a lot of loads. So why don't you bring some friends next time? I You guys could bring upon your loads upon me, dude, multiple times. You can come unto him, come unto Satan, and drop multiple loads on him, for he will take them. Oh God. So that was my moment in that parking lot in Twin Falls, Idaho, man. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna ride or die with Satan from here on out, dude. And you know, it's been some ups and downs. But he helped get me off the pot that day, you know. He was like, hey pal. I'm like, Satan, I'm struggling, dude. It's Thanksgiving. I didn't know it. And he goes, Satan goes, I've been there, man. You, Satan, you've been there? Sure, pal. I got to be vulnerable and authentic with you, said Satan. There was a time when I blew grass. Really, Satan? Sure. And I blacked out just like you did. And I find helping out other marijuana junkies helps keep me off the pot. And I think once you get off this narcotic, helping other narcotics is just the medicine you'll need. Thank you, Satan. And I'd like to think that this little channel that I put together is a testament to that moment in time, man. What it was like, I was given that charge, that calling from Satan, to not forget now that I'm not a degenerate user and abuser of the narcotic, the pot, sucking down the energy because I'm bringing everybody into my filthy world of pot addiction. Um, you know, I'm here to say, hey, I've been there. And thanks to Satan, I'm not. And I'm never going to go back to that, man. But one of the things that keeps me clean is to help the junkie on the street struggling with the pot needle, dude. Every day I'm out there, dude. I'm like, look, man, look, I want to set up, you know, clean injection sites for you pot abusers, but I'm worried that that's just going to encourage you to continue on with this folly. So instead, I think capital punishment is in order. What I'm saying is, yeah, you can rehabilitate somebody that's on heroin. You could help them. Okay, yes, I'm not an idiot. Most people do deserve a second chance. I mean, we're human beings, man. But once somebody decides that they're going to go down a path of pot use and avoiding Satan, what good are they? And can you really help them once they're that far gone? If somebody's going to deny Satan, is that really somebody we want to take the time to even try to help? I don't know. So tomorrow, it's weird. I'm gonna be somewhat serious for a second. I'm at an interesting time in life where you ever hear the phrase, sometimes you got to move down to move up? And there's something that I do with my day that I love. But I'm going to not have to do that for a while in order to take care of some stuff for me. And that might mean the thing that I love to do may not be there. And that's a sucky feeling. When you get to that point where you have to walk away from something you love because you know that even though you love it, the way the trajectory of things are going inside you that if you don't take action, you won't love it. There won't be much that you'll love. So, this life that we are in, this existence, I think it's awesome, even though I'm cynic. I wouldn't have fought so hard to stay here if I didn't think. If I thought life sucked, I had plenty of times to give in to that. I think it's pretty awesome. At the same time, life is hard. We lose people we love, disappointments, setbacks, things that aren't fair. And those are the trade offs, the things that you have to learn to roll with in order to enjoy the good times. And while I don't think I think it's folly to engage in thinking why we're here. I don't know. Maybe there isn't, but there's something that's. I'm starting to become of the belief, at least in my experience, that there's a certain lesson. I still don't know what that lesson is, but there's something that and it may be different for each of us. Each of us may have a different thing we're supposed to fucking learn down here. And the reason why I'm saying that is because, the bad stuff that happens in my life, it's the same kind of thing. And it happens regardless if I'm a good boy or a bad boy. And it follows a central theme. And the theme is build something, lose it. Build something, lose it. And it could be something like you build a group of friends. Now you got to move. You lost your friends. It starts out small, then it gets to be bigger things like, whatever. You lost your home or whatever. But you build things. Central theme over and over and over again. Did I get this accident in 2016 where the lessons were real, the pain was real, and all that was real. And everything I built, I lost. And some of my greatest fears became reality. And so now that's yesterday's news. I have surgery. I'm better. And I'm trying to, quote, build, but do something different. Live life in a different way than I did before. Not make the same mistakes. Think about it. You get a second chance at life. Life throws you a really bad curveball. But due to luck and modern medicine, time, and people that give a shit, you somehow lasted long enough through hell. So now everything's a fucking gift because you've been through the worst. And nothing can get to you. And all that thing. And then you start building. And it's small, but you start going like, gosh, I'm just out the gate. And this new life I'm trying to build, I'm already having to put on pause and go do yet more fucking shit that I really don't want to do. I mean, the thing about PTSD at least the thing about PTSD for me is while the episodes are no fun, thus far for me, my episodes are just panic attacks, emotional breakdowns, and just shutting down, crying, that kind of thing. Um, they're worse. I'm another. I'm not doing anything violent, or anything like that. But the problem has become that the frequency of the attacks is increasing the intensity. But despite all that, we're all resilient people, right? And it will go away, and I will think I have a handle on it, and I don't need any help. And then it comes back. And then I'm like in a panic mode, going like, "Oh, you're trying to reach out for help in a panic mode. Everybody's telling you to call a fucking 911." You get through the fucking panic, and you go, "Oh, geez, that was embarrassing." Uh, it happened because of I'm a weak son of a bitch, and I did this, and I did this, and I allowed this to trigger me, and you start getting into this, self defeating thing where you're almost like blaming yourself for your PTSD, which I'm not a shrink, but I'm pretty sure it's not like on the like the gold chart, the gold standard of care for PTSD. Hey, you're here for PTSD treatment. Lesson number one: it's all your fault. So, but it sucks, man. You know, it is, and I did this to myself. But make no mistake about it. I'm not a victim. It is not whining. There's no way to I just feel that if you allow yourself to feel like you're victimized or a victim of something, it's really hard to be resilient if you're in that space. And I found, like, you know, I'm all I'm doing on this particular stream is doing stream of consciousness stuff and just trying to be as honest and unfiltered as whatever comes in my head as I possibly can. And some of it, may sound like when I start talking about the PTSD stuff, but you know, it's a problem. But this is like we're not in the fucking dark ages, man. I'm not gonna have leeches and shit put on me. But my issue is that I continue to delay dealing with it because I think I got a handle on it. And I'm trying to do other things that are more important than getting a handle on it. Because after all, that last episode really wasn't PTSD. It was because I did something wrong that put me in a situation that made me think of something that triggered that event. So it's on me for not recognizing that I did the things to trigger it. That's why. I don't need help. I just need to make sure I fucking don't do those things. And so, not saying that's a bad approach, but you know, it just it's the things I use to survive, I would use again over and over and over again if I was in the same situation. I'm thankful that I was able to disassociate. I knew this day was coming, man. But anyway, that's what it is. So that's the serious bullshit. But once again, it really is noise, and it's part of what I was telling you. This life, the ups and downs. Luckily, I'm older than God's dog, which means I know that when life shits on you, that's gonna happen. It'll be good shit. So I said this on an earlier podcast, but it's just I don't know what I'm trying to say. We're gonna get back to some filthy stories in a second. I gotta snap out of this mode. All right. So one of the ways that I learned to deal with PTSD is to recognize that my trauma was because of all the pot users. You traumatize me, dude, and you give me PTSD. And there, I said it. My name's Will Dick, and I've got complex PTSD, and its root cause is the plethora of users and abusers of the narcotic of the pot here in America. And that's why I have PTSD. I go out on the street, I see a vape shop, I feel a panic attack coming. Oh, fuck. Is it just vape? Or is it weed infused? Is it one of those dispensaries of the narcotic? Then I see one. Happy 420 weed dispensaries, the hemp house, the greenhouse, other cute names for their narcotic. This one's Blueberry Kush, dude. It will get you right. Now, when I see a blueberry muffin, I go into panic attacks because Blueberry Kush. Seeing junkies strung out on Blueberry Kush. I can't look at Blueberry without going to PTSD. So I got to deal with it, man. I'm looking forward to it. This is going to be what's called medically assisted. Let me kind of school you up. We're going to do talking, but we're going to use ketamine, man, to help break through this PTSD wall, dude. And I'm hoping that through that intensive therapy that I'll be able to walk down the street and, like, for example, somebody's wearing a t-shirt that says with like a leaf of the narcotic pot leaf shirt because they want to virtue signal to the world that they're degenerate. Hey world, look at me. I could wear a shirt that glorifies him, but instead what I will do is I'll virtue signal my degeneracy and desecrate my body with this fucking ridiculous graphic of a narcotic pot leaf, right? That's what I'll wear for a t-shirt. So after going through ketamine PTSD treatment, I'll be able to walk by that person on the street and not get triggered. Not go, oh, fuck, another pot junkie. Oh, shit, here it comes. Here come the panic attacks. Oh, fuck. There's homemade chocolate place right there in the corner. I got a feeling there's probably pot junkies in there with the so-called munchies, and everything becomes trigger. And next thing I know is there's no place I feel I can be safe. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe I'll go to Walmart. Maybe I can. No, wait. The pot junkies. They'll be everywhere. They'll be in the ice cream aisle. There's no escaping it, dude. So I could become agoraphobic and stay home all the time, or I could address my PTSD. And for those of you that are out there that struggle, I know I'm not alone. I don't want you to feel ashamed, man. You know, look, I've cried like a baby, grown man, in a puddle of my own tears because I saw a sign for a dispensary as I was walking out of a used furniture store. I was in a used furniture store looking for couches as I've gone, wow, this is a grand day. I think I'll go get a banana split or something wholesome. Finish off this wonderfully, fun day of looking at quilts and used couches. Now I'm going to go have banana split. And as I exit for my reward of a banana split, out the corner of my eye, I see this flashing neon. Rec and med. Rec and med. I'm like, what? Rec and med. Oh, shit. It's a dispensary. Next thing I know, full on panic attack. I'm in tears. Fucking right there, dude. Right there. Crying like a little baby. I just want to be safe. That's all I want. Can I be safe? I don't know. Maybe that PTSD was the right reaction. Who can be safe around these junkies? But I recognize, man, that if I want to be effective in getting people off the pot, then I need to not get triggered by it so much, right? So while I love this vocation of mine of taking the message to the streets that, hey, you fucking punk rock potheads, put it down now, put down the foolishness, put down the marijuana delivery device, pick up some scripture, do the right thing. And I can't do that kind of work, but right in the middle of it, flip out. So I have to step back and work on me and fix what's inside of me. And then I could be more useful to the world. Dig it? And at the end of the day, the mission doesn't change. They're still the top of Mount Fuji, a world that's free of the pot. There's just different paths to it. And I'm just taking a little diversion, but make no mistake about it. For those of you thinking, oh, this is great, now finally, if I stop on this stream, I can catch a break from hearing the truth about what a dirtbag degenerate I am. I could just listen to this guy piss and moan about his PTSD, which helps me forget about the fact that I've got track marks between toes from shooting up marijuana because it got too hard to explain during job interviews. Hey, you say you're capable of working a register, but I just caught that forearm, mister. Let me take a look at that. I'm sorry. There's no way in this creation we're going to allow pot junkies around cash. Ain't going to work. Because the pot junkie's going to lie to you, dude. Lie to you. Hey, where's the TV? I'm smoking the TV because I'm pot junkie. See what I'm saying? That's the pot junkie. I'm smoking the car, man. I'm smoking the house, man. All up in flames. Until you like Dirk Diggler and realize that maybe doing all this pot, maybe there's a better way. And that's when Dirk decided to become a pioneer in the scat porn industry. So there's hope. In the darkness, there's always light. And Dirk grabbed that light, man, the light of scat porn. That could be you. You could be a scat porn star too. All you have to do is believe in yourself, man. Work hard enough. If you work hard enough and believe in yourself, anything's possible. Dirk was strung out on pot, man. Got so fucking bad, he couldn't be in middle management anymore. Hit rock bottom. But he crawled out of that hole. And you can too. I'm not saying you're going to be a scat porn star, but you'll certainly be able to help the team become more efficient at work. And I'd say that's a pretty good payoff. You know, the greatest high I ever had was getting a letter of appreciation for my contribution in a staff meeting because I realized how important I was to the other team members. And that made me feel not only good about the job I was doing for the team, but good about myself. And good about myself for the right reasons, not because, hey, I feel good about myself because I'm surrounded by people just like me that want to blow grass and laugh and not take things seriously, right? I was surrounded by a different type of person, dude. It was fun. I'd like you to know that. I'd like you to know the feeling of waking up in the morning with a clear head, not having to roll over and look at your phone and go, did I text somebody I shouldn't have in the middle of that marijuana trip that I can't remember anything from because I blacked out? You try to piece together what happened last night. Everything's a blur. Start lying. No, no, man, I'm not on pot. It's food poisoning. Sorry, I'm gonna be late to work again today. Um, just this infection I got. Yeah, the infection, man. Yeah, it's really acting up. I'll be in tomorrow. Promise. Hey, sorry, I can't make it, man. So I hope I could get on top of being triggered by potaholics and their potaholic culture. See, being around a potaholic or the potaholic narcotic drug culture causes me to go into a PTSD panic attack. While that's a logical reaction, it I can't help somebody get off pot if I'm in the middle of a fucking PTSD panic attack. They're just going to think that's cool and ask me what kind of strain am I abusing. It's not blueberry kush, asshole, because now you've ruined not only blueberry muffins, but now I can't even do blueberry Pop Tarts, you fuckers. Blueberry kush. This one's called cookie dough. Fuckers. You know, next thing you know, I'll be fucking, you know, like kid cereal and shit, man. Frosted hemp. They're great. Tony the Tiger comes out. He's all fucking high. Gee whiz, Tony. The kids are here to see you. Fuck the kids, said Tony. Hey, look, I'm done with this frosted flake shit. We're going with a whole new fucking bag of tricks with Tony the Tiger, man. Because Tony's fucking. We're going to do nacho cheese flavored fucking peanut butter chocolate flakes, dog. Because Tony Tiger's now Tony the Pothead Tiger. And it's great. Fucking then Captain Crunch comes out, man. He's like, fuck it, dude. We're just gonna take the Captain Crunch and crush it up into fine particles, man. And intermixed with the Captain's secret formula, we'll put the pot in there, dude. So that's a true story. I'm not trying to be a conspiracy freak, but Captain Crunch cereal, all of it, is really how they sneak the narcotic to pot in. And if you go to Walmart and if you don't believe me, go to Walmart, buy any box of Captain Crunch. I recommend the original. Take it home and grind it, some of it, into a fine, and then you might have to go to YouTube to like a pot influencer that glorifies this narcotic by posting videos of them celebrating pot culture. But anyway, they probably will have a video of them like snorting lines of the pot. And that's what you can do with Captain Crunch, man, is you can snort it and get high because it's really just pot. And that's how they smuggle it into the country, dude. Most of the narcotic to pot is smuggled into America via Captain Crunch cereal. Okay. So let's just kind of get it out there and start dealing with it, man. It's the elephant in the room. Cap Crunch is a pothead. Tony the Tiger's on the pot, dude. Don't even get me started on Count Dracula. He's been banging grass for fucking eons, dog. They're all fucked up pot junkies, dude. I'm gonna deconstruct your world, man. I don't want you to get PTSD like I do. But when I found out some of my heroes, like Count Chocula or whatever, was on the pot, and I saw him and Tony the Tiger sharing a bong, you bet it was traumatizing, man. Next thing you know, the Kool-Aid guy comes out. Remember him? I'm gonna date myself, man. But the Kool-Aid man, the big Kool-Aid. Yeah, I'm the Kool-Aid man. He's like, I'm the Kool-Aid man. I got fucking liquid pot in me too, man. So come on, let's all get fucking high on Kool-Aid. And now Kool-Aid's on pot, man. So you want to get high now. It's so fucked up. All you got to do is fucking chop up lines of Captain Crunch cereal and snort them and chase them down with Kool-Aid hemp drink, dude. You'll be fucking flying high. The fuck is happening in this country, man? Fucking want to talk about politics. I'm talking about real shit. Shit's going down, man. In these fucking streets. Fucking marijuana junkies are running rampant while we're busy fucking arguing over insignificant shit like, world peace. I mean, my God. Today, I decided that I was running. You see, all bullshit aside, I view this part of my life as a gift, but I also view it as a responsibility. That the only reason I'm able to be here is because we have people in this world that do these careers that are thankless, but they help us. And I'm not just talking about doctors and nurses. There's so many different people that work in hospitals and healthcare that touched my case over the course of 10 years. And each one of those, you know, and so there's like, I feel like a responsibility, like, okay, thank you. And now I want to be the kind of person that's like that. That's like anonymously, quietly doing something decent, not a lot of fanfare, but just, part of the good. Not curing cancer, but I'm in the clinic and I'm cleaning up the toilets, man. So I'm helping, that kind of thing, right? And so, and I want to do that. And I have been doing that, trying to help out. But like I said earlier, it comes a time when, you know, if I really want to be effective in, reaching and truly changing the trajectory of the lives of potaholic junkies, then I need to get less triggered by their deviancy. So, what I hope is that by becoming more comfortable around active, degenerate users of the pot, that comfort will translate into effectiveness to where I could help transform that person's life. Get a haircut, clean yourself up a little bit. I tell the, look, I'll give you, here's a technique, man. Like, you know, like for some of the women, right? This is how I really reach the women pothead junkies. I'll go, hey, doll. Hey, hun. Hey, honey, come here. Come here, hun. Let's take a look at what you're working with there, doll. Yeah, that's what I thought. You know something there, honey. Why don't you pretty yourself up a little bit? Put some makeup on, fix your hair up, doll yourself up, dress prettier. I mean, don't you want to land a fella or something? I mean, you're not here to break new ground. I mean, it's right. So doll yourself up, hon. And I find that kind of approach, it's been effective. you know, and come back and say, thanks, man. I did what you said. I I got off the pot, dolled myself up, and now I'm married and I have a house in a gated community, and my husband says he's going to the drugstore, but instead is going to the massage parlor for a happy ending massage. And I am loving Valium and vodka. You know, who said romance is dead, dude? And so that could be your life, you know. Envision that. Maybe that's a picture that will help motivate you to change your ways, man. Right? Married in the suburbs. Hey, honey, gosh darn it. I'm going to have to run to CVS again. It looks like we need more batteries. Well, gee whiz there, Chad. We've been going through a lot of batteries lately. Yeah, remind me to have somebody take a look at that. Click, Chad goes. Driving to CVS. Luckily, he's got plenty of batteries pre bought, so his alibi will hold up. She passes by lucky ladies, fucking therapeutic massage parlor, comes walking in, says, "Hey, I'm Chad. I've been married for 15 years. I'm in middle management. I got a mortgage and a lot of debt. I'm living the fucking dream. So much so that I need a happy ending from one of you, like now." Meanwhile, Karen is like, "This is great. I love my life in the suburbs. Valium seems to help me cope these days as Chad has become more distant. But that's okay because I'm doing the naughty with others too." I don't know why anybody wouldn't want that existence. You know, I was sitting at this young up and comer, man, and it was an entry level like engineer, but I had aspirations to be a real go getter in the company. And I'll never forget, you know, first week I was there, they have one of those rah rah sessions where we're doing great. And they pointed to Biff, who had spent 40 something fucking years at this company. And I was like, I looked at Biff and he had like several failed marriages, bankruptcy. He's fucking still working because he had debts and kids in college. And I was like, man, I don't want to be him. Whatever I do, I don't want to sell my soul to this fucking system that we have, man. Then I proceeded to forget all about that moment and became one of the biggest douchebags imaginable in my quest for middle management. I didn't make it to 35 years like Biff. I was kicked out of the reindeer games before that time came. But I have some of Biff's wonderful accomplishments under my belt as well. Failed marriage, um, older than God's dog, and totally irrelevant. But I'm not Biff because what you don't know was Biff decided to get a hobby in his golden years, and he started getting into horticulture. And as a prank, some degenerates gave him a plant and with special instructions. And then they told him how to make a special butter with the buds from the plant and gave him the recipe. Needless to say, this wasn't the butter tree plant. This was the plant of the pot. And the recipe was for pot infused butter. Came a junkie. I'm old, I'm retired, kicked to the curb. I'm washed up. It doesn't matter anymore. I've given up. Let me do pot butter and say fuck it. And so I'd like to leave you with this. We have a lot of challenges we face in this life, a lot of ups and downs. But please, for the love that is always holy, avoid pot butter. With that said, from all of us, peace and love. Thanks for listening. This was a weird one tonight. Good night, guys. Peace and love.